Welcome back. Let's rig these things up and float them. For drops, I'm using this 250-pound test tar decoy cord. A little melt on the cord to keep that from fraying. Just a loop in the other end. That gives me 18 to 20 inch drop. For the main line, I'm using this heavier braided cord. I'm not sure what the pound test rating on this is. On each end of that, I'm going to have a metal ring. I don't permanently affix the anchor to the main line. The ring on each end gives me options for either anchoring or stringing along lines end to end with small carabiners. And at each decoy drop, I'm going to have a gang rig swivel clip. There's my end ring, triple tied, cinched with a zip tie, and then cinched to stop the fray. There's one of the gang rig swivels, just simply tied down a loop. And then the drop on each decoy goes on that swivel. So I was able to catch a 12-slot floating duck decoy bag on sale at Rogers. Bonus. Each decoy goes in an individual slot in the bag along with the drops and main line. When ready to use, the end decoy is taken out, an anchor attached, and the rest of the decoys fed out one at a time. That's what you call half in a bag. For anchors, I use double hung window sash weights with nylon rope and swivel clips. The swivel clips attached to the ring on the end of the main line. I have several of varying length depending on where they're being used. In some places the lakes stay shallow for a long way, and other places they get pretty deep pretty quick. Some hunters will keep these weights in the bag with the decoys. I prefer not to. Instead, I have this high-tech system for keeping track of my weights. It's called a bucket. I take out weights depending on where I'm hunting, what species I'm targeting, and how many lines I'm putting out that day. Here's the initial float test. The decoys sit low, and I'm not unhappy with the way they ride in the water. They seem stable, but the lake was relatively calm. The Finger Lakes can get rough, and some of the best hunting is when they are. Something I didn't show is that if I intentionally put them upside down, they won't right themselves. After the initial float test, I decided I would add some weight to the keels to ensure they stay upright in rough water. I bored a 1/2 inch diameter by 1 1/4 inch deep hole, which I'm going to fill with lead. I'm going to use a piece of galvanized finish nail, and I'm going to pin through the middle of that, so that when I pour the lead in there, it won't be able to come out. I'm going to pre-drill for that piece of galvanized nail. So here's the second float with keel weights and an even calmer lake. I see no significant change. The dabbler heads are definitely front heavy. I put the keel weights in the rear half of the keel, but probably should have put them even further back. At any rate, I'm not changing anything else. I'm pleased with the result and look forward to floating them in a hunting situation. So, that's a wrap on this project.